Hey everybody, Michael here from GetFitOver40.com. Let's get right into it. So this is kind of an update video, and what I want to update everybody on is future competitions. It's probably the biggest question, I guess, when I'm at the gym and stuff, and we're talking, you know, and if I'm getting anywhere lean at all, people always will ask me, are you prepping for a show or what's going on, that kind of stuff. So I've been kind of trying to stay somewhat lean, so people do kind of ask me that. I just didn't want to let myself get too fluffy, I guess you'd say, because I really wasn't sure what I was going to do this year in terms of shows. I know a while back I was pretty disappointed in what was going on, at least for me, in the last few shows that I did. I wasn't happy with several things, you know, myself, some of the things that happened at the show, that kind of stuff. That's the past, okay? Someone like me, I train as a bodybuilder. I train for aesthetics mainly. I'm not even really training anymore for strength so much, just because getting older, and when you train for strength and heavy weights, injuries tend to occur, which kind of puts a damper on things. So I've been more training as a bodybuilder, a little higher volume. Am I strong? No, but you know, I'm keeping my size, I'm keeping the muscle, and I'm keeping my health. That's the most important thing. It's all about health. So what kind of shows, or am I going to do a show this year? That's been sort of the top of the list in terms of questions. There's been a couple shows that I almost was, at least while I was considering them. There was a Victoria show that just happened recently, and Dean Brand asked me to be part of his team. It was like he had a little team going there to do a few different competitions or different classes, and he wanted me to come with this older guy team, right? But unfortunately, I had something going on with my family. My son had a ball hockey, or actually a soccer tournament in Seattle at the exact same time. And for me, right now, family comes first. So you know, if I didn't go to that, I would have been disappointed not being able to see my son play, and it just wouldn't have made any of the actual show happenings even interesting or fun for me. So that was out of the question. And then there's the ProAm. So Dean Brand and his team were basically going to this Victoria show to qualify for the ProAm in some other categories. And, you know, they did really well, and I believe they qualified in all those categories that they wanted to in the ProAm. So Dean Brandt's going to be going to the ProAm with a bunch of his fellow older generation guys. I forget what he calls the team, but anyways, they're all going to be going there. And I was looking into it as well, but again, the son of mine, he's so physically active in sports, he's got a ball hockey tournament the exact same weekend where the Pro-Am's happening, and it's called the Westerns, and so he's been handpicked by, basically through the league, they handpick certain kids to play in a higher level team that they take to the Westerns to compete against other people in the Western area of Canada. And that's going to be in Calgary on the same weekend as the Pro-Am. And again, family comes first, okay? So that's just the way it is. So what's next? What else could I do? Well, there's two shows that I'm thinking of doing, and I kind of want to get your feedback on them. I got them on the screen here. Do I have them? Yeah. So we've got Popeyes Fall Classic 2019, and that one's going to be October the 26th. And I did Popeyes. That was probably one of the last shows that I did where I felt I came in really strong. I came in the way I wanted to, and I did really well. It's not like a national level show or anything. It's basically a show where anybody can go in just to sort of qualify for the next level. But Popeyes is a really big show. It's really well organized through the Popeyes chain of stores here. I mean, it's an awesome show to go to. They have amazing prizes. They've got actually Big Rami's going to be their guest poser this year. So I mean, it's a pretty big show. It's one of the best qualifying shows, I'd say, out there at this point in time. And I just really enjoyed it last time. I did really well. So if I did do that, there's no pro card or anything like that at the show, but I would be able to potentially compete in Grandmasters. I did talk to the event organizer, and he said that he's going to consider doing a Grandmasters category if there's enough interest. If not, they definitely have Masters, so 40 plus. Grandmasters is 50 plus. And I just wanted to compete as a Grandmaster because I thought, you know, 50 years old, let's do it. I'd probably do Open just for fun as well and compete with the young guys just because it's a bigger class, obviously more competition, younger guys, right? How I do, you never know. Last year in Open Tall, I got first, so you never know what's going to happen. Or it wasn't last year; it might have been 2 years ago. But the last time I did Popeyes, that's what happened. And then in Classic Physique, I actually got third in Open, so I did pretty good. Or yeah, third in the Open class. So there's that one, and then there's also the, oh, there goes my phone. I'm actually recording with it. We'll just throw that in my lap. There's also the Amateur Olympia in Las Vegas, and that's being held mid-September. So I believe the actual men's competition day for amateur in Olympia is September the 12th. So there's that. But, you know, the thing with the Olympia is I'd have to travel to Las Vegas. There's a lot more expenses involved. It's actually pretty expensive. It's $250 per class to enter, and I'd probably do Physique Open and Physique Masters, which is 35 plus. So I'd be competing with people literally 15 years younger, but still Masters, what they qualify as or consider Masters. So that's the Olympia Amateur. It's basically held around the same time as the Olympia, just a little earlier on in the week. Now, the thing is, they do have pro cards in Open. So if I did do the Olympia Amateur, I would go there potentially with the opportunity to get a pro card. You know, highly unlikely though, because it's a big show. You know, there's a lot of competition going there. I'm 50 years old now. Let's be realistic. You know, am I going to get not only first place in my division, but then potentially overall cards? I'm not sure if they do. I think they give pro cards to first, second, and third in the overalls. I'm not sure, but they do give out quite a few pro cards. So there is a possibility of it, right? So that show, there's a possibility, but I would be going there just because, well, it's the Olympia. I do like to go to Las Vegas. I'd probably be going on my own. I wouldn't be bringing the wife or anything, I don't think. It's just, we usually do Las Vegas together at least once a year, but that wouldn't be it. But that would be a bit more expensive. So what I'm kind of asking everybody here are a couple things here. What show do you think I should do? Should I do the local one? It's a little cheaper. It's right in my backyard. It's really close. I can drive to it. It'll be a lot of fun, a lot less pressure. There's no pro card to worry about. But it's a nice show. There's going to be a lot of, you know, top level guys there. Like last time I went there, the guys that showed up were all in great shape. They look great. It's not something that, you know, you just sort of go in there overconfident, because I'm telling you, as bodybuilding progresses each year, it seems like there's just stronger and better guys and bigger and more ripped and shredded guys coming out of the woodwork every time. When I first started, and when I was about 40, what was I, 45, 46, when I did my first show, I can't remember exactly, but about 4 or 5 years ago, you know, the guys, the competition, there was less guys showing up. They weren't as conditioned. They weren't as big. It's just this whole sport has evolved, and it's gotten there's so much more interest. You're just getting a lot more top level guys coming out. So as I get older and the guys get better, it's harder, right? So there's that. But this Las Vegas show is something I'm going to consider. There's something that I need to ask, and I don't even know how to ask this or if I should. It's just one of those things. But if I do that show, I'm considering potentially getting some sponsors to help me pay for the, it's a costly show. So I'm going to have to spend $500 US just to compete. Plane, you know, getting there and back is going to be $200 or $300 in flights. There's hotel costs. I'd have to get pro tanning because I can't tan myself by myself. I usually do my own tan, but it's a little hard to do that when you don't have someone to get your back. Literally, no one's there to get your back. But, you know, so there's a lot of expense. Food, because meal prep, competition food isn't cheap. So this show is probably literally going to cost me close to $1,500 to $2,000 to do it. For when I look at all the food and hotel and flights and just show costs and all that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping that either I can get, you know, a main sponsor and some smaller ones or whatever. I'm not even sure what to expect, or even if anyone's going to respond and say, hey, I want to sponsor you, Mike. You know, I do. If you look at my YouTube channel, there's definitely, I do have followers and video views. So there's potentially some return on investment for you guys. If you do want to sponsor, I do have, you know, obviously my Instagram channel, just 1,000 followers there, but on Facebook and Twitter and stuff. So you can check those links out. I'll put them in the description if you want to see kind of like what's going on. The web page, of course, does get some traffic. So there would be people seeing your sponsor, whatever, you know, your company name and stuff like that. And I would bring it up as I'm doing the prep for the show. I'd be mentioning the sponsors, who's helping me out, who's helping me get to the show, that kind of thing. So the other thing is I'm not just going to say take on any sponsor. I think, you know, if you are interested in sponsoring me, hopefully you have a related product to the channel. It doesn't always have to be like, oh, it's a fitness It's got to be a fitness thing. Just think about who my market is, who, you know, it is kind of the over 40, over 50. I do have a lot of younger viewers as well, people that are just interested in getting healthier. So take a look at sort of that and if your product can relate into it and you think there's a market there for it, then give me a shout. Let me know what you're thinking. If you want to sponsor partially or fully or whatever it is you have on your mind, let me know. So, and everybody else, if you're not sponsoring me, that's totally cool. I just want your feedback on what show, you know, maybe I should do. Maybe I shouldn't do any shows. Maybe I should just stop doing shows. Like right now, I'm getting too old for this stuff. Whatever you guys think, let's just go from here. And I'm not even sure. Like the wife I haven't even run this past the wife yet. So I thought I'd talk to you guys first, get some feedback. Once I kind of have a better idea, then I'll talk to the wife because she's got to give the green light too. All right, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Check me out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Until next time, take care.